Did you go out and see any one of the many blockbusters that are currently showing in the theaters, like Fast X? That one's still showing. And then I think The Little Mermaid is also showing. And then Across the Spider-Verse. Is it called Across or Beyond? I think it's Across the Spider-Verse. And what else? What other film premiered this week? The Flash, I believe. Did you go see any one of those films at the theater? I've been meaning to go to watch. I want to watch Across the Spider-Verse, and also want to check out the Flash movie. But it's just, I don't know. But my life is so weird. There's a way that I can just fail to find time to do these things, and I just like the weekend comes, and either I'm too tired, I just want to sleep, or there's something else that I'm doing, and it just. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to miss out on the theatrical runs of these films, and I'm just going to have to watch it when it becomes available in the usual sources or from the usual sources online. Of course, I'm not a Netflix person, so when I say usual sources, I think you kind of know what I'm talking about. The YTS. Well, anyway, it is a beautiful day indeed, and we have a very interesting story for you here. Did you know that the senior presidential advisor on special operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, last week visited Ugandan troops in Somalia? Did you know that? Yeah, he went there following the attack by the Al-Shabaab militants who attacked our base there in Somalia about 2 weeks ago, or slightly more. So General Muhoozi met with UPDF soldiers under the ATMIS at the base camp in Mogadishu to commiserate with them for the loss of their colleagues. I think late last week, we saw the remains of our fallen brothers, getting flown over here for burial. It was quite a sombering thing to see, these caskets adorned with the national flag. The remains of our brothers who passed away in this cowardly attack by these Al-Shabaab thugs. It was cowardly. I mean, it was a surprise attack. And yeah, I understand in war there are no rules. Everyone plays dirty. But come on, man. Have a little more honor. So anyway, Muhoozi went and commiserated with the soldiers there at the camp for the loss of their colleagues. And he informed them that the strategic leadership has identified the weaknesses which caused Al-Shabaab to attack and to overrun the Buulomareer camp, noting that these were both tactical and external factors that needed to be addressed. Here's what I'm not hearing, though. Where's the part where he says who's responsible for it? Or who failed the army, or who is going to be held accountable? It's quite common for, at least in warfare and in the way most militaries are organized and how they conduct business, if your team, your squadron, your battalion, if it suffers a terrible loss, and if the loss can be attributed to a mistake on the part of the ranking officer, the general, the brigadier, the colonel, or whoever's man who's in charge, then that person is usually, reprimanded, right? He's either demoted, can even be sometimes criminally charged, or can be dishonorably discharged. But I haven't heard anything like that coming out of this whole saga. I've only heard an admission by both the president and now the president's son that there were weaknesses and that there were errors that might have been made both tactically and externally. So it's quite nice for him to commiserate and to sort of console our brethren. But on the other hand, it almost feels like no one's really being held accountable for it. I mean, of course, don't get me wrong. The terrorists, the Al-Shabaab terrorists are absolutely in the wrong, and really the fault lies with them. But at the same time, who was the in charge over there, and who is the in charge of that in charge? You know what I mean? The person who would be responsible for ensuring that there are proper patrols in the area, that there are proper lookouts, and that the lookouts have the tools they need to from a higher elevation to be able to scout the area and to see, using infrared goggles to see if there might be enemies lurking in the bushes or things like that. I don't know, infrared trip alarms, something that would improve our chances of rebuffing any incursion into any one of our camps, or let alone an attack on our camps. Nothing about that is being discussed, and I almost feel like I should join the army. I kid. This kind of work is definitely way above my pay grade, and I don't know that I'd want to put my life at risk for a mission like this. But you gotta hand it to our brothers. They are putting their lives on the line. They are putting themselves out there in harm's way in ways that you or I will not want to. And it's just so sad what happened. But Muhoozi has gone on to caution the troops against relaxation. And he further noted that withdrawal operations, if not well planned, can also cause a lot of damage, more damage than any other phase of the operation. Yeah, just ask Joe Biden. That disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan was just a joke. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba has been in Somalia for the last 5 days, meeting UPDF commanders and staff, survivors of the Buulomareer incident, also the hospitalized troops at the Level 11 hospital. He also visited the Somali State House, where he met with the president of the federal government of Somalia, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Well, I do hope the meeting was a fruitful one, and upon his return to Uganda, and I don't know if he's back yet, but once he does return, I would hope that he sort of sits down with the rest of the team and they devise a strategy that will guarantee minimal loss of life, and certainly not through a surprise attack, because that was really just embarrassing for us and rather unfortunate. Regardless, we move.